Thank you very much. I don't know how you feel after the sessions before. I think it was so mind-blowing, so I couldn't really focus on my own presentation. I got so many ideas that because all events that you do is about making change. So the audience, they go home and they change something. They do something differently than the day before. But for me, I almost started to change my own presentation, but I'll stick to the one that I actually prepared. So I think I started to work with sustainability around 10 years ago. I got the opportunity to be the project manager for the sustainability report in Ericsson, where I worked. I learned a lot about sustainability then. I know about the definition. I think it was Gro Harlem Brundtland. Anna, do you know if it was Gro Harlem Brundtland who said triple bottom line? I think so. So it's the social, the economical, and the environmental sustainability that we need to all address in different ways. Today, I'm going to focus on the environmental part and circular economy. Circular economy is a bit new. How many of you have heard the word? It seems like almost all. How many know exactly what it is? There's one guy over there. He can come up on stage to help me out. So I hope today that I can bring some light on what it is, and then hope to inspire you, so when you go home, you can find something new, how you can contribute to a more circular economy. Is it a deal? Yes, good. So let's get started. So I have a definition here that I'm going to work. This is circular economy. The first, you could say there are three main principles that are used. Hopefully you up the back there with the cap, you know if it's the right principles, but this is what I picked up. The first one is about designing out waste and pollution, doing a product from the beginning that is as lean as possible. Quite easy to understand. The second thing, it's about renewable systems, and that's more the biological one that we all know, where we put our leftover food, etc., to get back into the system. And then the third is about keeping products and materials in use. And then topic today, IoT, and how can we address this? A bit difficult to know where to start. So I go back to my old background as a management consultant, and I always think finding a good model helps me to do a plan forward to what to address and what to prioritize. So I found this fantastic model. Have you seen it? It's called the butterfly model. Can you understand? It has two wings like this. You have one wing, the green wing, which is the biological, cradle to cradle, and then they have the non-biological, you could say, or the technical flow. So I'm going to, by this model, show you a few very innovative ways to increase the circular economy using IoT. And IoT is connecting things, Internet of Things. I didn't have to explain that, I think. So let's get started. So if we look on the blue side, I think I'm going to focus mainly on the blue side. The first area where you can see there, it's about sharing economy. We've heard about it here before, and it's already out there. You just walk outside of Lindholmen, you can see the scooters, you can see the bikes, even the cars. And it's been around for quite a long time. And actually, I would say IoT, or connecting these assets, has been instrumental in enabling these services. So you know when you can turn it on, turn it off, where you find it, and so on. So already IoT is making a big impact on sharing economy. But if you look on the thing on the right-hand side, you look at the car sharing, that's only a very few cars. I don't have the numbers on how many cars are in carpools in Sweden, but I would assume that most of the cars are privately owned. Or anyone would argue with that? No. So what's the problem with sharing a private car? Well, I know, because I had the opportunity to participate in Drive Sweden's fantastic seminar a month ago. I don't know who else was there. But they presented a study where they had interviewed, using RISE as an institute, to find out why Sweden is lagging from other countries, neighboring countries. Why are we sharing our private cars less than the other countries? And they came up with two main conclusions, as I noted down. The first one was about taxation. And of course, that is very cumbersome if you start to put your flat out on Airbnb or your summer house, and you have to take it up in the tax declaration and so on. That was one of the bottlenecks why people didn't want to share their car. And I don't think IoT can solve that, but I'm very happy to know that Drive Sweden is addressing this problem with some other projects. But the other thing that they identified when they talked to a lot of people that were positive to sharing a car, but they were not doing it. And that was the uncertainty. Because you want to know when you want to share a car that it's there at the exact time, that it's possible to drive it where you want to go, so it's charged to the right level, or it has the fuel in it, and it's clean, and it has a baby seater or whatever you want. And that was not fully met on the market today. So there's a potential, I thought, and I looked around what's happening, Googled a little bit, and I found a really interesting company, actually. I don't know if you heard about them, they're quite new, GoMore. And they have started to build, you could say, a solution for this. It's not the complete solution, but they started to build something to help out this private car sharing. And the good thing about this solution is that it's a retrofit solution. So you don't have to buy a totally new car. You could actually implement this on an existing old car. So I would like to share with you a little movie that I found that they created. And of course, this is just the beginning. I mean, a lot of you work in the car industry, you know that there are sensors, you can pull in more information, so the person that wants to use the shared car could get more information out of the car. But it's at least a start, and I think that's how we should do this, address this problem. We start in one way, we get feedback from customers, we further develop and enhance functionality. So sharing is a no-brainer, I think, when it comes to IoT. Also, I would say perhaps the next area, which was prolonging life of a product, is also a no-brainer. We heard about even the batteries before in the Volvo cars that are being connected. We all buy phones, computers, home entertainment systems. They are all, of course, upgradable. I would say, would you buy any product which is not upgradable? What type of product would it be? This is a fantastic boat. Have you seen it? Candela. You could see it uses the latest technology to be above the water in order to have as little resistance as possible, so the battery can sustain for the longest possible time. It's a customer of ours, and when they developed their product, they knew that the AI and the optimization software on the boat that they have today is not going to meet the needs of tomorrow. They have just started. This is Candela version 8. They started with 7. I don't think they started with number 1, actually. But they decided from the beginning, our boat must be upgradable. And it has to be, therefore, it has to be fully integrated. So think again, which product would you buy which is not upgradable? And I think IoT is the thing. It doesn't have to be very complicated, but there should be the functionality to do it. So now I've gone through 2 of these, sharing and prolonging or maintaining, which were quite straightforward. Then I can go into more, perhaps not as concrete or so to say, known examples. And I'm going to bring up an example of how you could reduce organic waste. And I'm going to show you an example from a fantastic company. And I'm sure you've all seen it. Even the police have seen it with their drone going out. And perhaps you have all been customers. It's a Gothenburg company, and they are world class. And they are reducing organic waste. Let's first see a trick question. Can you give an example? Who do you think I'm talking about? No, not Kalmar actually, no. I'll show you. Let's start.
This is the future of fast food, the Arctic salad bar. It's ingenuity in every little piece, like food tracing systems and dynamic digital labels, like the integrated cooled storage for rapid refilling, like total control from the palm of your hand. This is food safety at its best, setting a new standard with the ARC safety concept, with hoods designed for maximal protection, with automated hand sanitizers, temperature alarms, and utensils hanging so the handles never touch the food. With QR code that you can scan to enable full food traceability through the cloud-connected operations system, alarming both you and us if there is any deviation in operations. This is a whole new retail concept, powered by the Piccadilly ARC platform, a unique software suite making this an intelligent, self-operating piece of art that optimizes assortment after specific preferences in your area. You just click Create Order Suggestion and a request is sent to our system, utilizing AI with parameters like current stock, bank holidays, sales history, and weather forecast to predict your perfect order for you to just review and accept. This is love for great food, with a patented Arctic cooling system providing a slow airflow over the food to gently keep it cool and fresh. All put together in the first ever intelligent and connected salad bar. A groundbreaking solution that will keep salad fresh, delicious, and safe. Save time and energy, predict sales, maximize profit, and minimize food waste. And make it convenient to eat smart, tasty, and healthy. This is the Piccadilly Arctic Salad Bar.
So will you feel differently now when you go and buy your salad the next time from the world's most intelligent and smart salad bar? I think it's fantastic. And you could also see that there are other places to work. You don't have to work in a big company with IT. You can work in a smaller company. I have, sorry, it went like this. We talked about food waste, but we can also talk about e-waste. And you know, these are huge numbers. 800 laptops are thrown away every second and not recycled or refurbished. So totally wasted. And why is this happening? Why are not more companies handing in their used equipment? Well, the big reason is actually security risk, because they are afraid that confidential information that is on their laptops or phones might come in the wrong hands. We have a company in Stockholm that understood that this was the reason why enterprises didn't want to hand in their used equipment. So what they did was actually a very smart thing. In the container that they sent out to the company that is going to throw away their electronic waste, they put a tracker. And with this tracker, the company could all the time see where the digital waste was before it got to the refurbishing center where it was wiped out in a correct way. So they could, with this very, very easy IoT solution, actually improve the recycling rate. So it's another way to think about the problem and how to solve it. So I've gone through a few of these examples with IoT, how you can share, maintain, prolong, refurbish, increase refurbishing rates and such. So I hope you have understood that IoT is a good potential solution and that you have been a little bit inspired. IoT is, as you know, I am passionate about it. It's not only software, actually. It's even more fun than software because you can work with sensors, with hardware, with connectivity, with the cloud, and stuff like that. So it's a comprehensive way to do it. My findings from working with customers like this is that the important thing is not to have the most complicated solution to problem. The most important thing is to find the real problem to solve and not to have a complicated solution. I mean, even if you like technology, solving a problem, I think, is even more valuable than having great tech, which is not really used. So I would challenge you all, now when you have heard about, now you all know the butterfly model, you all know everything you need to know about circular economy. What would you do when you get back to your office to improve circular economy? Thank you very much.